Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Quick check. Awesome. How's everyone going? For those who don't know me, my name is Layla. And you can't see me because I forgot to flip the camera cover. Now you can. So let's redo that. For those who don't know me, my name is Layla. I'm a 3D character artist working in games and animation industries. And we started modeling, sculpting this little fella last stream. He is from, or she, it's from K-pop Demon Hunters, a new Netflix movie that came out last month. And yeah, this guy took over the internet and my heart included. And I thought we could 3D print him so he can hold my stylus. Hey, Warrior Mighty. I'm good, thank you. How are you? It's the wrong one. One sec. Here's what I want, just for reference. Put it to the side for you guys to see as well. Duffy? So first of all, there are a few things that are looking kind of lumpy right now, so it would be nice to get that out of the way, make it less lumpy. Let's turn off this stuff for now. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing on screen at any point, please drop a message in the chat. I'll do my best to help you out. Maybe you're stuck on something in ZBrush. I'm here to help. And let me know if the music is too loud. I can always turn it down or up. I'm going to bring my feet closer. on our computer. Yeah, so this is the tricky part. Need to make his head look cute. Let's turn on Lazy Mouse and try and sharpen the lower eyelid. Like so. And some wobbly, so we need to push it in place. Always remember to rotate around the model because we're working in 3D, not 2D, so our models need to look great from all the angles, not just the front. It's got this lip going around its mouth, and I'm wondering if now is a good time to add it, although it's more of a secondary detail rather than primary, so maybe I focus on primary forms for now, edit them later. Hello DK Kashi, welcome back. How are you doing? Hard to see what I'm doing, but I'm actually smoothing out the back of his head. Wonder if I get rid of this thing. No. Hey, Cat Pumpkin. Welcome to the stream. That's a cute nickname. Kinda fitting for the stream. Okay. How do I find the Z modeler in iPad? I can't find it on the brushes. I believe it's out. Are you with the free version or paid version on iPad? I don't think, yeah, I don't think it comes with the free version. It's a paid version only. It's a very big tool for modeling, so it doesn't come with a free version, unfortunately. We'll try to zero mesh this guy, so we'll just duplicate the head. Put the zero mesher. We could rub down some zero mesher guides to guide it a little bit. Like, let's say I want a loop around the eye and a loop around the mouth. Would be ideal. The rest I don't really care about. So let's give it a try. Duffy's tongue is gonna dry out. Is his name Duffy? I didn't know. Okay, this is pretty good. A bit dense. Do I mind having a dense base mesh? Maybe. I'll lower it to maybe 3K. Sounds good. That's better. Okay. Now, what do I do with this? I lost all the detail. Well, I would just need to turn off everything that's not the head. Now we have this version and this version. Right now they're like on top of each other. This one's got 6,338 polygons or vertices, and this one's like a whole lot more because it's decimated and ugly, but it's got all of that data. So what we would do, we would just subdivide this model. You can hit Ctrl D on your keyboard to add a subdivision level, or you can just say divide here if you don't like hotkeys. Let's say I want to divide it 2 times. This is good enough. Now let's go to project, turn off color because there's no color information to project, and then just project all. And voila, you got all of your details back. But now you have subdivision levels to go back and forth, and subdivision levels are the key to stylized art. I cannot stress enough how important subdivision levels are. If you ever struggled with stylized art and your sculpts look wobbly, I would suggest that you use this method. Press B and Z topology brushes. Yep. More. Remove that. What did you mean for iPad? I'm confused. No. This is good enough. Hello, TXN, welcome. Now we can get rid of the previous version, delete, and turn on everything else. These ones for now. If you're ever sculpting and this keeps on happening, all the other meshes keep on disappearing. You have this solo button on the sidebar, and above the solo there is a dynamic text. And I know I'm spilling some secrets here, but this is actually a button in itself. So if you click on it, it becomes this darkish gray. So now nothing will disappear when you rotate around the model. I believe ZBrush does it when it's trying to preserve some memory for your computer. So when you go on higher subdivision levels, it will automatically sometimes switch to dynamic mode, and it will disable every other subtool but this one while you're rotating around the model. So that's one way to prevent that from happening. I like his cheeks. Too big. It'd be so much fun to paint this guy in real life. I really hope I get him printed somewhere in Brisbane. And you guys are quiet. I'll keep on going. I'm gonna add the layer because I'm not sure how I feel about the idea that I have in my head, so I'm just gonna do it on the layer. And if I don't like it, I can always disable the layer. Try again. Let's find a side view. this guy here. What's about, right? Maybe slightly higher. I'm making this brow ridge. Now I'm gonna smooth it out. And there you go. We have a layer now with this change that I can toggle on and off. Let's say you like a part of it, but not all of it. What you could do is turn off the layer, go to morph target, store morph target, which basically stores your model as it is right now in memory. Now go back to layer, turn back the layer, turn on the layer, activate it, and now go BMG for morph brush and see the magic happen. So as you paint on the model, it will revert back to your stored model in morph target. So let's say I didn't like this corner, I could always just erase it slightly. Like, kind of like working with masks in Photoshop or any photo and image reductor. Krita, Sai, Clip Studio Paint, any mask or create. So yeah, in my case, I like it, so I'm not gonna erase it. But yeah, cool thing to know. Woo! Hello, familia. Welcome. That's a lot of emojis. Like his nose could be smaller. So let's do that. Scale it down slightly. Before, after. Cool. I feel like this bridge though needs to be higher. So I can just mask it. Go down a couple of levels, blur the mask. Now a little bit higher. Like so. It will all come together once I paint this guy though. I know it's a bit hard to see all of the proportions and like the resemblance right now because it's gray. Another thing I'm noticing, it's more of like a triangle shape here. Like his nose bridge is tapering towards here, whereas mine is very straight. So I think I'm gonna do that on the lower level again. Trick to working in stylized medium is working with subdivision levels. Sorry. When I have too many thoughts at the same time, I'll freeze up. Hello, hello, the Sculpt. Welcome. Okay, let's say that's good enough. Just a quick question, but I'm not sure if you know. Yep. Ask away. If I know, I'll help. But is it possible to post characters on ZBrush iPad? Ooh, good question. I mean, anything is possible. I'm not sure if Transpose Master is in ZBrush iPad yet. That's the thing I would Google. Okay, it says that ZBrush for iPad has Transpose Master. So that's the thing I would use for posing characters. They say you'll find Transpose Master in the subtool menu below the list of subtools. So maybe try that. So I haven't tried posing anything on iPad yet. But if I had to, that would be my best bet. I might transfer this guy to my iPad and sculpt in, like, on a couch or in bed when I get time, because it's so much fun working on iPad, like, honestly. A bit scary because I already spent too much time in front of the computer in ZBrush. Now it follows me everywhere I go. And I don't mind it. Hello, do you have any exercises to learn more about using the program, especially in ZModeler? Exercises, no, but I've been streaming here for 2.5 years now, and almost every stream, at some point, I use ZModeler. So it's free. You can go back in history and just watch me use ZModeler. Let me see. I'll just do like this. If you go to Maxon channel on YouTube and just type in Layla Viscu in the search bar for the channel, this is what comes up. So while modeling Zeri, I used a lot of ZModeler. While sculpting Zelda, I used a lot of ZModeler for her, like, design parts on her dress. Here's like a full-on ZModeler thing I can share. We were modeling the gun. Oh my, 2 years ago. Time flies. I'll share it in the chat. I find it, thank you so much. I swear it's so comfy sculpting in bed. It is, right? I was skeptical at first because I'm so used to having my keyboard to the side or in front of me like I have it right now, which is probably not good for my posture, but whatever. But then the ZBrush for iPad came out and I was like, ooh, I don't know. And I tried it and fell in love. So good. I'm from Argentina. Cool. It took me longer than I like to be comfortable with ZBrush iPad, but I really wanted to sculpt on the go, and I don't like Nomad too much. Fair enough. Okay, so the before and after. I think that's better. It's closer to what it looks like in the show. Now, what I wanted to do, well, I will really want to have a bird on top of him, so if you haven't seen the movie, you're like, what is she on about? In the movie, there is this creature with 3 eyes and a hat that always sits on top of this tiger. So it's a must, you know, we have to sculpt the 3-eyed, what is it, magpie? Also, one of the references is this guy. How cute is it? Funky tiger. Thank you, Christopher. Do you have ArtStation? Yes, all my links are in the description. There's my ArtStation, my Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and whatever else I have. But if you type in Layla Viscu in ArtStation, there's only one of me there. The unique first names, last name combo, pretty sure. Okay, let's give him that lip thing I talked about, and I'll show you how I would do it very fast. So again, Ctrl-Shift-D on your keyboard to duplicate the head. Now let's go down. Let's delete the highest subdivision. Now, this lip, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a scale. You guys look closely. Come on. Oh my god, okay. I think I broke it. Okay. 1 second. I'll add it again. Yep. So the lip that goes around the mouth. Sorry for that. We're gonna add it by doing the following. So go to Z Modeler, hover over an edge, press down the spacebar. Now let's go crease, edge loop complete. This is important. Now let's select layers. We need to bake them so it doesn't scream at us. Now, we crease it now. We'll see it's kind of going on the inside of the mouth. We don't want that, so we want like more of an outer layer. I think this looks good, even though it's a bit too high here. We'll be able to correct it later. So this is a good middle ground. Now go to Stroke, Curve Functions, and disable Border and Polygroups. Just keep the creased edges on, and click Frame Mesh. Now what you have is a perfectly aligned curve to the topology of the mouth. Now what we have to do is just switch to Curve 2, disable the, what do you call it, symmetry, and click, and you have a very freaky mouth. If you want to control the radius, you basically control your brush size. So let's go to 15, maybe even lower to something like 11. Click again, this looks good. Now we can isolate it and delete hidden because we had copy saved. Now it looks creepy, I know. Let's mirror and weld it. Now with the symmetry we can push it more into place where it's meant to be. Will this project be recorded to follow from the beginning? It has been recorded, so if you're watching from YouTube, I think you are, go on the channel and go to live tab to see all the live recordings from all of our artists, and go 2 weeks back and you'll find me there, starting from scratch on this guy. So I haven't worked on him in my free time, so everything you see here was modeled on stream, sculpted on stream. So yes, you can follow along from the start. Let's turn on IQ curve to make this sharper. And yeah, that's how I would add the lip really fast. There's done. Go. Let's get them down. Thank you very much. It's very beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Let's give the definition to these paws. So the same thing as we did for the face. I'm gonna zero mesh it, but this time around I don't think I'll reproject anything because it's such a simple geometry. Just make sure that nothing got stitched together because sometimes it happens with zero mesher. Okay, cool. Now we can add a couple of subdivisions and give him some indents. One way I like to make the indents is with curved paintbrush. It can be found by hitting B, C, and then clicking on this. Really cool, because it acts like them standard, but instead of you drawing it, you draw out a curve, and then the curve does the indentation. Then that means you can move the curve around. It's really cool. How many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4? I'm counting 4. Where it is. I'm gonna eyeball it. Cleaning it up. It would be nice if I stored morph target though. Oops. Let's see. Maybe I don't need it. If you ever wanted to flatten an area without having to go to trim dynamic, which also could work, but it means like doing it manually, you could just bring up your transpose tool by hitting W and then hold Control and pick the axis where you want to flatten your mesh and just do that. Pretty neat. Okay. Good enough. It sits on the ground. Use gizmo scalars instead of transpose, but overall the same thing. Yeah. I just never got used to the gizmo thing. It was a bit too alien for me. I like transpose tool more, but it's the same thing, like you said. What if I wanted to make them look cuter? Paws, I mean. I could try scale it down like so. Weird. Ooh. We have an earthquake. Holy shit. You guys probably can't hear that because I have a noise block on, but like the windows are rattling. Was that an earthquake? 1 second, okay? Yeah. Wow. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Anyway, either a very massive truck passed by and my windows were rattling for like a minute straight, or it was a small earthquake, but I'm okay. Moving on. Maybe we could add like a little indent at the end of each, like, oh, with AccuCurve. Let's see, something this. I don't know. Doesn't look very stylized. We need to give him the back legs. I just realized I never sculpted those. Let's do that really quick. Let's do it an unorthodox way. Instead of appending a new thing, let's just mask where his back legs roughly would be. Like so. Now go subtool, extract. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll make it thin, accept. Something like that. Maybe not. Switch the track. Yep. Okay, so now we can scale it down. Now it looks ugly, but if we go to Dynamesh, turn it on, move it out, and fill out the inner part a little bit. Dynamesh again. Okay. I think I'm gonna remove some from the front so they kind of look like semi-hearts from the top, or maybe like kidney beans if you want, like so, and then bring them closer to the body towards the front. Thing I see a lot of sculptors do, like beginner sculptors, for some reason they keep the thickness of the back legs of a cat or any quadruped the same. Like from the top it will be like a semicircle and it looks a bit funny. I think we want a bit less than that. I want to bring it in. Oh. May I ask you to look at something real quick? Yeah, sure. May I link? I don't think the links are gonna come through in the chat. Only the moderators can send the links. If you're part of our Discord, you can send it somewhere there. The link to Discord is down below. Focus. Hi. Hi, Surya. Welcome. What? It looks too weird. Delete that and cut off the top part. Oh. I am in ZBrush Discord. I'll post it in ZBrush iPad chat. Oh, I meant my Discord, not the ZBrush Discord, but if you're there, maybe I'll find it. No, what I meant is the 3D rabbit hole, my Discord server. Here's the link. Yeah, it's showing it was an earthquake. I didn't imagine things. Good thing I'm just on the second floor. Because I don't want to teach you guys bad things. If it's an earthquake, please evacuate. Okay. In feedback, my question is, does that read well? I'm trying to show a character with an eye slashed, and I want to know if there is a way I sculpted the closed eye in proper. Okay. Back. Okay, let me reread this. Trying to show a character with an eye slashed, like damaged, right? And I want to know if the way I sculpted the closed eye is proper. I would look up references, man. Do you have references of a slashed eye you're trying to replicate? Because right now it looks more like a natural deformity, like a person was born this way, rather than something happened to him. So I'm not gonna Google slashed eyes right now, but reference is key. Right now it reads more, yeah, like a natural, unnatural, I don't know, a deformity.
Singing this song.
This and this. So much down. Gonna have a base for our back legs and smooth stuff. Okay. Interesting. Okay, we can mesh it all together. So, you remesh it. Yeah, let's duplicate it and go back in history on this one before we zero meshed it, so I can project the details back onto it. There you go. Delete this. Really put them all in one group so I can turn it on at the same time. I like to, sometimes when working in like big stylized shapes like these, I like to switch to skin shaded material, and then you can turn on your polyframe as usual, but then you can turn off the lines on the polyframe and only leave the color on. This way you'll be able to see like color blocks in a way. It gives you like a very clean silhouette, clear silhouette to work with. Clean silhouette would totally depend on you. Skills. You have roughly 50 minutes left, so you might as well start painting it. Get like a better grasp on the colors and everything working together. So let's save. I'm gonna bake this and add another subdivision level here. Or 2. Does ZBrush have something similar to Blender's shrink wrap? Remind me how Blender's shrink wrap works? I'm not a Blender user, so I don't really know. I know shrink wrap in Maya. Basically, the object I select as this shrink wrapped object will basically snap and project on top of another selected object, and it will flatten so it's a part of that surface. Yeah, I'd say there are many ways to do that. It depends. Well, the Z project thing that we've been doing is kind of like shrink wrap, but there are other ways too. Let's say this thing. I wanted to project this plane onto this face. Let's just quickly turn off the tongue for now. So it's easier to see. I'll turn on double, so this one-sided geometry is now shown on both sides. Let's turn off the ref. Now, I want to turn off the whiskers as well, just so it's easier. So when I do this, nothing happens, right? But if I do B, T, A, and turn the dynamics tab, well, it's turned on, but you need to turn on collision volume and give it a second. ZBrush will freeze up for like 2 seconds. Now, see the magic happen. Ooh. And the slower you go with your mouse, the more times ZBrush will have to calculate whatever. And if this is not enough, it looks goofy. Let's go to just project, turn off color, and just project all. And it'll do its best to project it even further onto the skin. If you want to play around with this modifier, so you can increase it, and it'll like go even deeper. So yeah, in like 2 clicks and 30 seconds you have a rough shrink wrapped mesh. You could go further, smooth it out, and play around with settings some more. Sometimes you need to push it in slightly for it to work better. You see? Eject again. Yeah, so that's kind of shrink wrapped. Z project is another thing. BZP. I can't see it because of my face, probably. Basically, it's right behind my face. It's called Z project. Does the same thing. You see? It's projecting onto the mesh below it. So I'd say a combination of dynamics with the cloth brush or transpose tool, project tool, and Z project. I think you can get a pretty good Z, what do you call it? Shrink wrap? Turn these back on. And we'll flatten so that it's part of the surface, yeah. But you can add the other modifiers to also manipulate that. Very nice, thank you. Oh good, oh good. Hope it was helpful. Maybe we make the back legs slightly smaller. Don't forget to switch your thing to the normal transpose. Don't stay on the cloth transpose for too long. Goofy. It needs normal sized legs. Don't really like how it's dipping here. So I might just remesh the body as well to be lower polygon. Yeah, that's better. It doesn't have many details, so I don't think I'm gonna reproject anything. Another thing when working with stylized stuff, let's go to preferences. Where is it? Thumbnail? I have it off by default because I find it annoying most of the time because it follows me around, but in cases like these I turn it back on to check my silhouette. Right now it's working, but also it's kind of like busy here. Maybe I'll push it out. Oh, working better this way. Okay. Okay, no more questions in the chat for now. Let's get to painting. Let's save it. I would want to unite all of them for painting though. Let's add 5 subdivision levels here, 5 subdivision levels here, 5 here, and a high poly. I think we can keep it separate. This is really high poly for no reason, so make it lower, and then lower. The reason why I'm doing that is to preserve the subdivision levels when we combine different meshes. If they don't have their levels matched, so one has 3 levels and the other one has 1, when you combine the two, the maximum you will get is 1, I believe. Okay. Let's merge down. Okay. It will reconstruct all the levels. So now we see they are together. Reconstructed. Now this thing would also use a bit of Z-remeshing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. $5 million, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, you'll just see me merging everything down and subdividing stuff and merging it down. The teeth can be one, eyes can be separate. Oh, the ears though. Okay. We'll see. Here, merge it down. Oh no, we lost one level. 5 originally. What happened? Let's get in. This one. Reconstruct, was it the ears or the ears have 5 subdivision levels? This thing 4 for some reason. What did I do? Let's reconstruct. got 4. Okay, so it was the whiskers. They needed the 5th one. Inspect. Do it. Okay, maybe the tiger was the one that only had 4 subdivision levels. Okay, delete. So again, this one's got 5. This one's got 5. Also, using arrow keys, you can easily switch and go between different subtools. This one's got 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 4. We don't want to combine the eyes though, so that's okay. So just push down, push down. Okay, 5 levels. This is good. 2 more. Need to add some subdivisions to the tail. And 2 more times. The reason why I'm doing that, so it makes my life easier when painting. Okay, so this is one solid mesh right now. The tongue is separate and the teeth is separate. And the eyes are separate. The eyes are kind of like this. Oh. And the layer. And mask. Yeah. This one. Oh. And then quickly correct the inside of his mouth. Have more of a cavity there. And deflate a little bit. For the same thing you use the inflate for, but I'm holding now Alt to deflate it. To basically push the mouth bag in, as we call it in 3D. This as well. Okay, let's start painting. I'm just gonna grab colors from my reference image. It's pretty black, so trying not to pick the highest points and the darkest points of the image because of how contrasty it is. That would be my tip, not to do that. Now, just replicate what we see. I have an airbrush at home, so it would be really cool to paint him with an airbrush because of all the soft transitions that he has on the fur. Be a cool challenge for me. Raise a quart. And some dark eyeliner, I reckon. We're looking at that is, remember those loops that we told ZBrush to do around the eyes? So I'm gonna use them, I think. It lets us use them. Kinda. Kinda, but not really. Need another pass off. And this one, and sharpen the focal shift. You could actually do it on a layer, so it's easier. I'll show you what I mean. We go on the layer and start drawing. Maybe focal shift could be sharper. Now If you hold down Alt, you will actually erase what you've just drawn. Is what I want, because I want to go over it with like a sharp eraser and make it as clean as possible. Now inside. Any color for the inside? Interesting. There's an extra mesh. And now we can just color it blue. Hi, hello, Truy Burlick, welcome. That's that. Needs those eyebrows of his. I wonder if I should do it as a geo instead of painting it on. Maybe. In that case, I'm gonna split these. Reconstruct. We have 25 minutes left. I think I'll have enough time to do it, at least for the eyebrows. Best way of doing it. Let's duplicate the mesh. Go to like subdivision level 3. Then go B, T, and O, and find topology brush. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make the eyebrows as a geo. Trust the process. Now follow the eyebrow ridge with one continuous line. Do not interrupt it. It's important for this to work correctly. Go. Eyebrow. I think I want it flat, so I'm gonna set the draw size to 1, which will make it a flat geo. And then pull. So custom UI. Let's repeat that for another, how many eyebrows it has? 2, 3. For that, let's pinch it slightly. Insert one edge loop here and do Z project. Oh. And this method is very much applicable to human characters too. That's how I'll make eyebrows and eyelashes. I think it's gonna work here as well. Ooh, something happened there. Oh. Now we can even extrude it, extrude all polygons, like so. If we wanted to. If we turn off all the color, this is what it would look like when 3D printed. Well, roughly. So we would have a bit of thickness to it, so it would make it easier to paint. The kind of things you have to think about if you're working with miniatures. Turn it back on. What a goofy looking tiger. I'm gonna fill the inside of the mouth. That same color. I think I'm gonna stick to just one color. I tried the maroon, but I don't think it looks good. I also feel like his eyes are more bright. So let's go to color paint and just colors. I'm gonna increase the like fine, paint, and just colors, intensity, and contrast. There you go. That's closer. I paint the inside of the tongue with darker and more saturated color, and the outside can stay neutral. We'll just add a bit of interest, like visual contrasts to that piece. Now paint a bit of shadow here and there. The teeth. Is my chat working? gonna quickly check. I think so. Okay. Okay. How do you select 2 or more edges or once when doing poly modeling? At once. Where in Blender or Maya? What do you mean select? You can mask them. So let's say I wanted this edge and this edge. Mask, edge. Now I can do whatever I want with them. You want to bevel an edge loop. You bevel it here and you bevel it here. If you want the same thing to apply to the same... Okay, if you want the same modifier to apply in the same capacity to another edge, just without dragging, just click on it and it will match the exact same width it did here to here. ZBrush, okay, thanks. I'm assuming you're trying to do some sort of procedure on 2 edges and they're like in different places. Yeah. And you can extrude an edge. You can scale an edge. And then as soon as you're done doing this operation on this edge, if you click on any other one without like dragging it out, it will just copy the same settings you used last time. So this way it keeps it consistent. And there you go, you got the fun jagged design. Otherwise, not sure. Yeah, you can increase. Thing we could do, we could just take this one and control hold and drag it out to make a copy of it. We can move it further down the head. If it's not lined up perfectly, don't worry, you can Put hidden. Select the side. Delete hidden. Now you have just like a floating one-sided geometry. And then you can just go to project and project. Work. Work. C project, I guess. Let's extrude all polygons. Go. Alright guys, just looking at references to see what the tiger looks like from the side view. Okay. I will be finishing the stream shortly, so if you guys have any questions, let me know now. Otherwise, I'll be signing off. Let's quickly turn this back on. That's roughly the color of my stylus. Yeah, that's the idea. Obviously, this guy needs a bit more work with like all the patterns on his skin, on his fur. And there's like a bright spot on his belly as well, if I'm not mistaken. And it's got this area painted white as well. I will need to give him some claws as well. Either next stream to finish him, or maybe I'll finish him off stream. We'll see. What would you guys prefer? I think that's me for today. Maybe I'll just quickly give him those 3 dots. Finish. Okay. I think that's it. I'll need to line it up 1 to 1 to see where I didn't get it right, but I can't wait to 3D print him. I'll have him on my desk. Kind of lining it up size-wise with my screen tablet. Imagining him. Oh, it's really cute. Okay. Well, you guys are really quiet, but that's okay. but I'll be finishing the stream now. I think I will keep on working on them because I want to add that bunny bird in the hat that sits on top of him on his head. And then we need to add all the tiger stripes to the back, and the thing has some leopard print patterns on the belly as well here. And then the stripes are white and black, and the birds and everything else. And I need to model the eyes properly because right now they're just spheres. So yeah, still a lot to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And if you'd like to see more of what I do, you can follow me on Instagram or ArtStation. All the links are down below. And yeah, happy sculpting. Thank you for stopping by. Yep.